Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is May. I am a working mom of one and I'm a STEAM teacher right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're going to be working on a STEAM challenge where we make aluminum foil boats. So please stick around after the activity if you want to know how to help kids who struggle and how to make it better for kids who are advanced. I hope you like this type of thing, and if you do, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the like button. Let's get started.
You're a rolling stone, but I'm a cannonball. You're not fooling me, not fooling anyone.
It's time to get together the supplies. What you're going to need first is a pack of aluminum foil. Any aluminum foil will do. You probably already have this in your house. So this is probably going to be a free activity, which is what all of us moms want, free. All those little toys you've been collecting, now's the time to use them. I'm using about 8 of these small finger puppets. Hatchimals would work great for this. Beyblades, all your Happy Meal toys that you've been storing in your car. Pop figures. So any of those things will work. You also need some type of container where you're going to have some water. The water needs to be deep enough where it is evident if something sinks. You can also use the bathtub if you don't want to buy a container. So I'm about to show you what the activity entails, so stick around. Now it's time for me to explain the STEAM challenge to you. If you don't know what a STEAM challenge is and you've made it this far, congratulations. A STEAM challenge is where you give a kid some type of challenge to do that involves some type of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or art. This is mainly an engineering challenge, but you could do a mathematics challenge with it with capacity if you so desired. So here's the challenge. You're going to present to your kids some type of narrative. The narrative here is all of the toys want to get across the ocean, but they need to all go at the same time and the boat cannot sink. So their challenge is to create a boat with one square of aluminum foil that will hold all their toys without sinking. All of them. So I'm going to make a boat and show you how it works. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to drop the boat in and then just start adding the little guys. And when I say adding them, let your kids add them. Ooh. Oh no! And so you can see mine clearly sink right there. And part of it was the way that I put them in. Okay, so I made a second boat. You can see it here. It is fairly larger than the other one. So I'm going to set that in there. And now we're going to try it again. I'm going to put the biggest guy first, right there in the middle. And then set all my friends. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Yay! And that time I passed the challenge. You notice that it's a larger boat, and I'm going to talk about why that is in just a second when I give you how to help kids that are like frustrated with this or are having a hard time. Okay, now that you've done the activity, what can you do if you have a child who is really having a hard time doing the challenge at all and building a boat? My suggestion for you would be to just print off a lot of pictures of boats, different types of boats, rafts, sailboats, cruise ships, any type of boat that you can think of, and then show those pictures to your child and help them try to form those shapes. I have found in my experience with dealing, especially with really small children with STEAM, is that a lot of times it's just they haven't seen a lot of things and so they don't know what to make, and so they get nervous, and just having those reference points really helps them out. If you have a kid who's really doing a great job with this and is just striving and loving it and they're making millions and millions of boats, an extension of this that you can do to kind of push them a little bit harder and push them a little bit farther is to have them make boats in kind of different shapes. So maybe a canoe shape, a circle, a triangle, and the square, and have them test the capacities of all of these boats. and keep kind of a chart of that, maybe on chart paper, maybe just in a notebook or anything. A tally, if they're really young, it could still be like a tally chart, or they put stickers up of how many of their toys they could put in each of their boats. And then ask them questions about why they think this boat works better than this one, or this one works better than this one, and see what kind of things they come up with. If you'd like to know the science behind all of this and why this very large boat worked better than my other boat, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the secret is all about surface tension. So for those of you who don't know, surface tension is water's really ability to hold on to itself. So when you drop water into your hand, you'll notice it bubbles up, and other liquids don't do that. Water has a special property where it loves itself, other water molecules, and they want to stick together as much as possible. Now, when you have something really large like this, it does not push on the surface tension of the water as easily and quickly as something small like this. So if you want to explain it to a child and you're thinking about, well, how do I explain surface tension to a child? I would tell them that. It's water's ability to stay together, and it can be broken. So there's two ways to explain this to kids. One is kind of, my analogy is with that old game Red Rover, where the kids hold the hands and you say, Red Rover, let blah, blah, blah come over. And the kid tries to break through. Well, imagine a bunch of kids running into one spot on Red Rover. So like 7 or 8 kids just whoosh into that spot. They're probably gonna let go and break. But if the same 7 kids spread out and try to run into different spots to break, the likelihood of them breaking is much less because there's not as much force pushing them apart. It's just more spread out. So also you could talk to them about how if you are trying to put 100 marbles into a jar that's this small, they're not going to be able to fit and it's not going to stay up. You wouldn't put 20 people in a canoe because a canoe is not big enough. The weight is pushing into the one spot and causing the water to break. It can't hold that type of weight anymore and is causing the surface tension to break and the boat to sink. Thank you for sitting down and getting steamy with me. I hope your kids love the activity, and that if you do it with them, please tag me in an Instagram story or leave me a comment down below about how they enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa.